Would you ever do business with Donald Trump?
I don't think so.
Mega wealthy business person turned governor of North Dakota, Doug Burgum, has possibly signed more anti-trans bills just this year than any governor across the US, and now he's running for president. After getting his MBA from Stanford in 1980, Burgum served as a consultant for McKinsey & Company, where he discovered the power of software. His coworker hit a button on an Apple II computer which took a long beat before spitting out a glorious spreadsheet. Burgum saw the future right then and there. He bet his share of his family's farm, mortgaging it for seed capital for a software company called Great Plains. And the gamble paid off. He eventually sold the company to Microsoft for $1.1 billion, and in 2007 he left the tech giant. After his stint cozying up to Steve Ballmer and Bill Gates, Burgum launched a venture capital firm and real estate company. During the pandemic, his real estate company secured over $1 million in PPP loans. Months prior to taking them, Burgum spent $1.85 million of his own money on his PAC. In 2016, instead of taking his fortune and quietly removing himself from society like I would, he launched a campaign for governor and won with the help of a small campaign contribution from his old buddy, Bill Gates. In 2020, Burgum was re-elected. During his time heading up North Dakota, Burgum has consistently made life more difficult for marginalized communities in his state. He signed at least 8 anti-trans bills into law in 2023 alone, including one that permits school staff to misgender students and another that criminalizes healthcare providers who give gender-affirming care to minors. In April of 2023, Burgum signed a near total abortion ban with exceptions for rape and incest only within the first 6 weeks, or before many people even know they're pregnant. In an attempt to disenfranchise marginalized communities even further, Burgum implemented a gerrymandering law that concentrated a significant majority of Native American voters into a single legislative district, while dispersing the remainder into predominantly white districts, effectively diluting the voting power of indigenous communities in the state. 2 tribes have sued North Dakota for allegedly violating the Voting Rights Act, but a decision in the case has yet to be made. On climate issues, Burgum looked to be a glimmer of hope when he announced that North Dakota would aim to reach carbon neutrality by 2030. However, his plan to get there has raised serious doubts among climate scientists. Burgum has said he will not transition away from fossil fuels to renewable energy, making the dream of net zero emissions just that. But Burgum's other dream might be even harder to achieve. He's running for president. His campaign site lists the economy as his top priority, but he fails to mention a concrete strategy as to how he will get inflation under control, cut taxes, lower gas prices. The site does move sideways when you scroll though, which is a pretty cool touch from the software genius. Just as his campaign site's upward scrolling ability is limited, Burgum's poll numbers also seem unable to rise. Most polls have him anywhere from 0 to 1%. As the roadmap to the presidency for Burgum grows bleaker by the day, the one thing he does have going for him is his net worth, which will probably be able to sustain him for the long run, or until he's ready to back the 4-time indicted former steak salesman and then get back to North Dakota, where he can make life even harder for marginalized communities.
Oh, yes. Oh, it's a blast, yeah.